Hello everyone, I am here with Adam Roth, VP
Hello.
of CFDA.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Very good.
So CFDA, Council of Fashion Designers of America.
Yes.
Can you give us a little brief introduction as to what CFDA does?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we're a membership-based trade organization, and we're not-for-profit.
Yes.
So everything we do is to support designers.
Yes.
But it's the best of the best. So it's the ones who are chosen. So we have 509 designers from, Diane von Furstenberg and
She's
Ralph
the
Lauren.
CEO, right?
She's
I read up
she's
on
the
that.
chairwoman. Oh yeah. She's our chairwoman for about 11 years now. She's been like an incredible leader, a great force.
She's
and
a great
done amazing.
presence.
Great presence, yeah. And personality, she's funny, but she's so smart and she genuinely cares about designers. She calls it a family.
Yeah.
So once you're in CFDA, you're part of the family. And what that means is really we build programs for designers at every stage of their life cycle. So, post-grad, 0 to 2 years of business, student level, then the emerging designer, that young talent, nurturing young talent, and then emerging, established designers. Established is like the backbone of the industry. That's the small business owner, and that's most of American fashion is a small business owner. And then you get those iconic brands like the Ralph Lauren, the Tommy Hilfigers, and then the last is sort of the last life stages is maybe retired, not designing anymore, but you want to give back.
Yeah.
So you kind of start again and help support students and young talent, or raise money for different philanthropies. There's ways for us to build programs for every level.
So it's always like a cycle, like a never-ending cycle.
Exactly.
So like the old help the new.
Yeah.
Kind of continuous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So how did this partnership with Singapore Fashion Week come about?
Well, originally we were introduced by Carolina Herrera.
Oh, yeah.
She introduced Stephen Kolb, who's our CEO, to Jin Lee.
Yes.
And
amazing lady.
The amazing Jin Lee. Oh my God.
Yeah.
We had a fabulous lunch yesterday. She's great, but she's been really good for the partnership. So they met. Stephen came here with the Oscar de la Renta team and the Pablo Garang team, and they showed, and he saw that there are some fashion weeks that maybe aren't as elevated, maybe aren't as professional. They're really young, really new. Singapore Fashion Week is it's really expertly done. It's like beautiful production. It's very elevated, and he felt comfortable getting into a partnership and bringing the level of designers that we've brought here. So then we started getting more and more into a deeper partnership of bringing designers here to show their collection, but then more importantly having the Fashion Futures Singaporean designers come to New York and having us set up a week of sort of networking opportunities for them with American retailers, American showrooms, designers, partners of mine, people that I think are influential in the industry, and we just introduce them to the designers to open their network in New York.
Wow.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot
to
process.
Sorry. It's a lot of information.
Yeah. So how do you think Singapore can improve our infrastructure in terms of supporting our emerging designers? So we had the LaSalle show last night.
Yeah.
There was a huge support for that. So how do you think, like, what else can we do to
I think
support
it's
them?
I think it's with any industry.
Yeah.
How do you support young talent? It's you start right at home. So you have people here that are leaders in technology, leaders in social media, influencers, leaders at retail.
Yes.
People like that who are already leading in this industry, it's making those introductions, even if it's an informal conversation with students, if it's an informal conversation with young talent that are those small business owners, bringing them together to share ideas and work together versus never meeting. Someone has to make those connections, right? Someone needs to help. Not to put everything on Jin Lee, but it should be somebody is there to help make those connections. That's what CFDA does in New York. We're here to make the connections for all of our designers and every corporate partner that could ever possibly want to work in fashion. They come through us, so that way we can connect each other. Yeah. And it just helps broaden our whole network. So it's that idea. I think that's really important, is starting there. And then, not to go back to our partnership, but it's smart for Singapore Fashion Week and CFDA to work together, because now your network of some people that we don't know, that we're not experts everywhere, so we don't know, and people that you don't know on our side, now we're working together so we can just share resources, which I honestly think is better.
It's the best, right?
It's the best. It's such a better way to work. It's working together and partnering is so much better than just working in a silo and never working with anybody else.
I mean, it's a perfect collaboration, right, between New York and Singapore. So what do you think is next for the Singapore Fashion Week and CFDA alliance?
Well, certainly we're doing more of the same. There's the famous saying of, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yes.
So right now, what we think is working is bringing a really big marquee designer. Like this year we have Naomi Campbell, who's showing on
Yes,
Saturday
I'm
nights.
super excited.
Get ready,
Yes.
it's going to be amazing. He has 48 looks that are coming down, including bridal. It's just going to be, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
It's like exact response.
That's the only way to say it, right?
Response. Yeah.
So, anyway, so that's Saturday, but we're doing that next year for sure. We'll be doing that again. We'll have the Fashion Futures team come to New York again for another immersive week. But then I think what I'd love to do is really layer on a few more pieces to this partnership where we have a huge education department, right?
Yeah.
And you have LaSalle, and I met some of the students yesterday, and I met the head of the LaSalle fashion department. She needs to know my director of education. They need to know each other. And that unlocks a whole nother version of our partnership where we can share. There's a lot of resources and programming we do for global students and global design students. So it's introducing the LaSalle student to what we're doing.
Yeah.
So that's like a very simple thing to do, but I think is a really important extension to our partnership.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And how, like, so this is one of the questions that I had. So I'm actually a fashion influencer myself.
Okay. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So I was just wondering if you have any thoughts on how social media has helped to shape the success of certain designers. For example, just in New York itself. Yeah, and if we're able to translate that success to to our designers in Singapore. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think for sure social media in the last 10 years, just how much it's grown and how important it's become. Exploded.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different channels. So not every channel is right for every designer, number one. So I think maybe not putting so much pressure on every single outlet. Some designers really do an amazing job with Snapchat. So Misha Nonu is an emerging designer in New York who's incredible. She's got an amazing brand. She was in the CFDA incubator program for 2 years. So Misha showed her entire collection this year on Snapchat. And then, and so she had people, she was teasing it out, everyone's ready, and then everyone's watching it for that day. They watched her collection all day. From there, you go to the website, and she's driving everyone straight to her website. You go to the site, and then you can see all of the videos that she saved. So you can just rewatch it there, just a saved story. And then you can shop the collection. So it was really interesting for her to do that. The year before, she released her collection through Instagram. And it was every block that was coming up was a new piece of an outfit. And then when you looked at the whole thing, turn your phone sideways, you see the full photo shoot. So smart.
That's so smart.
Isn't that smart? So it's so cool. So thinking that way and thinking differently, I think, some brands, it works so well for them to connect with their audience. Other brands, it's really more for product and marketing. Just showing something that's new, that's coming up. Click here, this is the new product, these are the new shoes, this is the new bag. I mean, just very promotional. And that works for them. That's okay. I think it's figuring out what's right for your personal brand.
So it's being strategic about which platforms to use and what works well for the brand.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep. You don't want something that feels off.
Of course.
Right? Like if you saw one brand on one channel, it just felt like they were trying too hard.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like no one wants to do that. So just figure out what's right and don't be afraid to take a risk. But make sure if you take the risk and it doesn't work, you pivot, you retool it.
Yeah. Great. It sounds great. And then just one last question on CFDA.
Sure.
Are there any success stories that you would like to share, like something you're really proud of that CFDA has helped to guide a designer towards?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's, not to sound too big, but we have a lot of success stories. We're very proud of ours. We have too many. No, that's not right. But public school is a great example.
Yes.
Public school is a great brand. I mean, watching them start with the CFDA incubator, so the 2-year business development program, and really start to develop their aesthetic, their audience. They're such kind men. They're so sweet and so earnest that they've really developed that reputation in the industry. Yeah. So from there, that then grew into the Vogue Fashion Fund. They went through the series of Vogue Fashion Fund challenges, and they won Vogue Fashion Fund.
Oh, okay.
The same year, they were in the Woolmark Prize, which is for use of wool, and it's an international prize. So they won the New York prize, and then they won the international prize in London that following February. Then they were nominated for a CFDA award, and they won the CFDA award.
Wow!
And it was incredible. It was back-to-back years. They were emerging designer. Then the next year they were up against a Marc Jacobs, a Tom Ford. They were up against these names, and they won. So what they've done is really take all the resources that CFDA has, all the programming and partnerships that we developed for designers, and they took advantage of all of them. And then their story, their brand is huge, and they're designing for DKNY too. Yeah. It's a big deal.
All that happened in 2 years?
And it was about a 5-year period.
5-year period.
Tops.
Yeah. Because I started hearing of public school in recent New York Fashion Weeks, where some of the big social influencers were just like wearing public school.
Right.
And I was like, oh, new label to look up for.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's great clothes. I mean, such cool style.
It is,
it's so American. It's like such American street. It's perfect. So that's one of ours that we're really proud of. One other thing though that's super cool that we've been doing is working with different technology companies and working with engineers and bringing them in to meet with designers and have a conversation about what technology can be developed for the fashion industry in the future and what designers are looking for from the technology industry. So it's bringing fashion and tech together behind closed doors, deep conversations with jewelry designers, menswear, footwear, hats, everything is being discussed between CFDA is helping it happen, but really bringing the two industries together. So there's a lot of interesting work that's coming out of that.
Maybe one last question.
Sure.
What Singaporean food have you tried in Singapore?
Oh my goodness.
That you love?
Oh no, this is such a tough question.
Random question.
Wait, so this is going to be too hard to give you the exact one because I don't know the name of it and I'm sorry. I'm here 24 hours and I'm learning. But we had lunch at the National Gallery.
Yes.
Yesterday, Violetta On.
Yes.
Violet On. And I honestly, that entire menu was so delicious, and apparently it was very traditional, but it was outstanding. Very spicy.
Yeah.
Very spicy.
Very spicy.
Yes, I was expecting, but it was good. It was amazing. Yeah.
Do you know, like, was it a rice-based dish or was it a
It
noodles?
was. We had a rice-based dish. We had one that was beef cheek. We had another one that was like a fried prawn with chili peppers on top. Delicious. Amazing. Yeah. I could eat Singaporean food all day long. Yeah.
I mean, if you have the time, I mean, you can actually just, get out of the city, head to like maybe Katong.
Okay.
We have amazing food. It's
Okay.
really cheap.
Okay.
And the flavors are authentic as well.
Yes.
So, like just to get a flavor of Singapore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me. I will go right now. I have a couple hours.
Oh, so how long are you staying in Singapore?
I'm here until Sunday.
Sunday.
Yes, so I got in yesterday. In yesterday morning. We went right to LaSalle.
Yes, of
and
course.
spoke with Naomi Khan and myself. Spoke with the LaSalle students, and then I'm here until Sunday, and we leave Sunday night. So it's short.
It's short.
It's short.
Yeah.
I'll be back next year.
Of course.
Obviously.
So thank you, Adam, for being
thank
here
you.
with us.
Yeah.
And you can watch all the other snaps and interviews on digitalfashionweek.com and also on Facebook and YouTube Live.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.